happy Friday. Come on in. Don't be shy.
We missed the most important thing about today.
I know.
You just showed us.
Whoops. Station posts this after we're done working, pretty much. Happy National Lazy Moms Day. Hit the snooze button, ladies. Did you know?
I did not get to celebrate.
I didn't know it was
Celebrate. And you know all the moms are already up, so it's like I feel like this should have been like a preview post yesterday.
Yes,
We should have. We could calendar it for today.
And do dog moms count?
Yes,
Of course.
definitely. We all
come
should have
join
slept
in.
in this morning.
Do you guys? What I used to do is I would nap with my kids when I was on the schedule full time.
Yeah.
Do you guys do that?
Oh, totally.
Well, yours are at school, thank heavens. But what about you? Do you do?
I have to do other stuff while I'm at home, so no, I don't get to nap lately. It's been,
gosh.
I'm going
couldn't
like
function if I
2
didn't
a.m. till a good solid 8 p.m.
No.
most
Whoa,
days.
Jen Wall.
It's
How do you
it's
do it?
busy. Lots of cold brew.
Oh my gosh.
It's been my savior.
I can't
have
do it.
to.
Like the only way I can function, I have different chapters. So the beginning part of the day is like my work day. That's what I try to explain to moms with like regular schedules. And the middle of my day is the me chapter. So that's when I get to work out. I run my errands. I
I
putter
love.
around
I
the
could
house.
stay on that chapter all day.
Right? You got,
Don't
but
turn the page
You got
from
to
that
turn that chapter off so that you get a good nap. And for me, a good nap is 90 minutes minimum.
Oh, that's delightful.
Oh, without
But
doubt.
not more than 2 hours. So then I nap until
love
it's
it.
time to pick them up. And then now it's the third chapter or fourth chapter of my day is the mommy chapter. And that's when I do all the soccer and the basketball and the school stuff and and then I do the sleeping chapter again.
You take another nap.
For bedtime.
Another nap.
I don't know.
That's what I call
wish.
it.
No, you go straight until bedtime and after dinner and all day.
When I didn't have kids and I was on this shift, I would just split up my sleep. So collectively, I would get 8 hours.
Right.
But I'd do 4 hours when I got home until my husband got home. And then I would go to sleep again from like 10 to 2.
See, I felt if you get more than 2 max,
Oh,
I
you're a
feel
mess.
like I was too groggy.
Yeah,
Totally.
it's terrible.
Because I would get up in a worst mood. So I found for me, like 90 minutes is the ideal. 90 to 2 is it.
I like that.
I lived my life being groggy though. For years.
Your poor
Just,
husband. Like, I'm always in a bad mood waiting for you to get home.
You should talk to him about that. I'll tell you that exact thing.
Yeah, I just get the little refresh and then I'm ready to meet the day with the children.
It's like you have 3 personalities.
Yeah.
I do. I have totally different chapters of my day.
I want to know the me, Rachel.
I know. I work out, I run my errands, do a little
I'm into that.
whatever, putter around the house, read InStyle, what have you.
great.
So today, we're totally switching gears.
Yeah.
We're talking about your favorite binge food from college. So today's college students are apparently overdosing on tuna.
Tuna.
That's such why is that bad?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Elevated levels of mercury. I don't know. BPA in the cans.
Mercury's rising.
I feel like nowadays tuna is better than when we were eating it.
Yeah.
So researchers at the
Totally.
University of California, Santa Cruz say many students are eating too much chicken of the sea. And they could be injuring their bodies. So the love affair with the canned fish could lead to mercury poisoning. Jen Wall nailed it. You're 2 for 2 today.
Yeah.
I know. Look at
First,
you.
Love all the
You got the
foods. What
juicy
can I say? I like steak and tuna.
I know. So what do you guys remember binging food wise?
Well, you know what my problem was going to college, and what I wish I would have done differently is I had don't judge me, but I was a cheerleader all 4 years of high school, and that was like all I did was cheer. But then when I went to college, there was no sport for me.
Yeah.
I was nowhere near good enough to be a cheerleader at my college that I went to, and so I went from working out and having a consistent schedule to just like freedom.
Same.
I never worked out. I ate a bunch of stuff that I probably shouldn't have, which I was eating while I was in high school.
And your metabolism was like,
Yes.
Yeah.
You're not moving. Yeah, there's something wrong here. So when it came to like eating, I just didn't have a healthy relationship because I wasn't working it off, which is
you
what
were
I
burning off
usually
all those
did.
calories
Yeah.
naturally.
So there was not a freshman 15 for me. I think it was about a freshman 20 or 25.
Mine was definitely 20, because same thing. So dance all the way through, and then danced a little bit in college, but not to the level. I mean, we were doing every day for multiple hours, you know? So yeah, all of a sudden it was like, well, I gotta go to a gym, and you gotta go to the gym that's the school gym.
Totally.
Like health center gym, not quite the same.
We had to
And-
wear uniforms in our school gym too.
Yeah, I was never like a gym person. I was always a dance person. So it did not work out. So I just ate a lot of ramen noodles. So that was my
so good.
Sodium.
And they're so, I know, but you know, I tried
good.
to eat one, I think maybe a year ago. I don't know why. I was at the grocery store. Oh, I got so sick. I don't know if it was like a shock
It like hurt
because
it
of
hurts your stomach
the
so bad.
sodium, but I did.
bad.
I was sick like the whole day. I'm like, well, I'm never eating that again.
Oh, ramen.
I feel like we have the exact same story. Mine's the same thing. Dance all through
It's
high
a
school.
problem,
I didn't
right?
change how I was eating.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
but then when you stop dancing and nobody taught me to work
Right.
out or anything like that, I just did it for fun, dancing.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that's something that maybe universities need to look at because there's
Yeah.
not a lot of options for you to get out and move unless you're doing it in some sort of a class or something. But there needs
Right.
to be something that's organized that fits for women or men who didn't do like football or golf or
Right.
this or that. You know, where
It's a
where
hard
you just
transition.
You don't have a niche anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and so you kind of just like.
So it's
lay
always
back
so
and eat.
automatic, and with dance or
So
with cheer or
automatic.
whatever you're doing, it's kind of a year-round training thing, so you don't ever have off time. Like we were
Right.
doing competitions all the time. So I just was never. I didn't know any other way,
Yeah.
and it was just a hard stop. And then
Totally.
I show up, and everybody's doing what you do in college, and I just went. I went so wide, and then plus I lived in this dorm where it was like an off-campus dorm. The food was so good.
And then it's available like 24 hours. It's like a cruise, but
I was
during
like
college.
saddling up to the trough like 5 times a
my
day because it was on my meal card.
Yeah,
it was
meal card.
unlimited. Oh, it was awful.
I think something
Horrifying.
else too. Some people have restrictive diets because of parents. I didn't grow up this way. I don't think my
I
parents
totally
knew my name,
did.
but yeah,
There's 8 of you.
Yeah.
A little tougher.
But
like you, the middle-sized blonde one.
yes, my dad would get through 5 names and then get to me.
Right.
That was totally fine. But sometimes you get to college, you get all this freedom all at once.
Yeah.
People go crazy.
So this was the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time I saw junk food because my parents, I mean, my sister and I would laugh because we would stand in our pantry. You know how the kids are like, there's nothing to eat. There was literally nothing to eat. There was like wheat thins and I think that was it. Like our pantry was empty. My mother did not believe in like processed foods, chocolate, sugar, chips, soda, nothing, nada, zero, nothing. You don't understand. You think I'm exaggerating. I'm not. So when I got to college, I was like, oh my God, this thing called a Twinkie. What? Like the whole world, I drank sodas. I was just like a kid in a candy store, literally, because I've never been to a candy store. We were allowed like 2 pieces of candy Halloween weekend, and the rest was gone the next day. It was gone.
Oh, that's so funny.
Do you feel sorry for me?
I do feel sorry for you.
I vision the kids on Jimmy Kimmel where their parents steal the candy and they cry. Is that you?
That's one of my favorite things about Halloween. Yeah.
Watching those videos is pretty hilarious.
It's a blast. I love those videos. But there's got to be something where
It's gotta be a happy medium, right?
Yeah, for sure.
at my school, famous for chocolate-covered cinnamon bears. Anyone who went to Brigham Young University, you
yummy.
know the chocolate-covered cinnamon bears. My husband's going back over to that area next
you
week
make him
for a
bring
golf
him back.
tournament. I said the only way that you can go and leave me with all the children is if you bring me back chocolate-covered cinnamon bears. Which it works wonders for, post-baby diet, so.
Totally. The cinnamon, I think, there's some health benefit there.
Kicks
where
up
it-
the metabolism
Yep, totally.
real-
I really think I read about that at one point.
That's right.
So let's see if you guys are weighing in yet. What do you think? Jen, what was your college binge of choice?
You know, to be honest, I kind of like lived at home for my first few years of college. I don't know. So I didn't really
Didn't have that problem.
get into college till I was like 23. And then so I worked at Applebee's, and then we would always go to this place called Pranksters in Tempe after work, and nachos and wings, baby. It was all about the nachos. But I was also running like a ton, so I was like, at this point, I was like this big. So I could do it. But these days, no. Nachos and wings can't happen.
No, but it sounds
But they're so delicious.
Here, we got pizza and ramen. So someone's right there with you.
Oh gosh, I used to love
Yes, that's from Travis. Domino's Pizza from Kimberly. Everyone's doing the ramen noodles. That's same with Amy.
love those ramen.
Yeah, Hungry
Bagel
Howie's.
Bites is another one.
Any other
What was it?
the Totino's pizzas?
Yes, I think I ate those through
are
my
so
first
good.
job.
Yeah.
I think I was still eating like Hot Pockets.
like
and stuff
99
in my
cents a
first
box.
job.
Like
Yeah.
mac and cheese, hot dogs were all really easy, cheap meals. I lived at home too, but I think I was worse at my first job
Yeah.
than in college. That kind of
Because then you're really on your
Yeah.
own.
Then you're really on
and you
your
have to
own.
cook.
And you don't make. I made probably more at my working, while I was going to college than at our first
your
job
first
in this
TV
business.
job.
Oh, my first job was
So bad.
$20,000 a year, and like
you were
there was
rolling in the
no
money.
there was no room for like asking for more or
Right.
anything.
Right.
And you were on your own in your own apartment, and I was eating frozen lean cuisines. I would like afford about a meal a day.
Yeah.
Deal.
I remember
Isn't
we
that bad?
would go, because I was in Midland, Texas, so there was a lot of like penny pitcher action going on. So we would go, and our dinner would be ranch dressing and saltines, because that was free at the bar.
Oh my gosh.
I was making $12,750.
A year.
Oh.
What?
And then
like
I know I moved across the street to the competition, and then I got 16.
Oh, you were rolling in it.
I'm like, what am I
Rolling
gonna
in
do
it.
with all this money? Yeah,
$12,000. Oh my.
college degree. Yeah.
With a college degree.
So there was a lot
bad.
more ramen to be had, and I ate I discovered the Velveeta with the squeezy cheese, that whole thing. So I got away from the powdered mac and cheese. So I was like, oh, I am like
Upgraded.
living it up. So good. I would eat the whole box by myself.
Are there things that you will not let your kids eat? Like, I know your mom was really strict, but like, what things are you going to be strict on?
I don't
or
let
are
them
you
eat
strict on?
anything. I'm so horrible. After
you're the
all my
same.
long story, I am probably really,
so
I'm not as hard. Like, my kids had a soda for the first time last year,
And
they haven't had any with caffeine yet. So I know I have all these crazy rules, and I never thought I would be this way, but I'm the same. But most of the time, I don't have these things in the house because I don't want to eat them.
That's exactly
I
what
love
we do.
chocolate, so I never
Yep.
have chocolate in the house. I love ice cream, I never have it. So it's just like those kinds of things. If I don't have it around, then I just won't eat it.
Or we'll buy like a Friday night if we're gonna have Sunday night. We'll buy like the tiny ice creams that we
Yes.
know we're just all gonna eat
That's
in
it.
one sitting, or there might be a little bit left over tomorrow. Yeah, my husband and I have no self-control.
what's
It's
wrong
terrible.
with us? I'm the same. Yes.
Terrible.
Like, I remember I bought
can't
double
have it.
stuffed Oreos one time, and they were gone, and it was no one's fault but mine. Like, I went to town.
So
Those
my kids were
things.
so
It happens.
excited because I bought them the golden Oreos. I bought them a little
vanilla
bag
ones.
of those this
Yeah.
week, and they're like, "Ooh, looking in the pantry, so excited!" I'm like, "But that's like a rare treat." I know.
I think it's good though.
It
don't
is.
have in the pantry what you don't want them to consume.
But then it's hard because my 4-year-old comes home. My 4-year-old from preschool. I'm getting made fun of for my lunch. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You're 4. Yeah, because we make it really healthy. And so, I asked his teacher and stuff, and I don't know what happened really.
Yeah.
So my husband and I, we got on Pinterest, and then we tried to make him like cutesy, healthy
Cuter,
stuff
yeah.
that wasn't like mashed up vegetables from the night before. Like, sorry,
Thanks,
Oliver.
Mom.
Thank God you're only 4. We'll be better, I promise.
Oh my gosh. I used to be embarrassed about my lunch because everyone else would have like goldfish and like cool
but
stuff
I don't
like
want to
that.
give him that stuff. And he's like, my friends have bags of chips. And I'm like, cool, but I don't want, like, you're 4. I don't want you eating Cheetos
Yeah.
every day. And like, no judgment. Look, if you want to do
Yeah.
that for your kids, totally cool. Have at it. They will survive. I survived on it. But
Yes.
like, I just like don't want him to
I try
have
to hold
it.
up
So
as
it's
long
hard.
as possible.
Yeah.
We're gonna have it eventually, but it's like I just try to hold
Right.
up as long as possible.
Yeah. It's 4.
Yeah.
What else do you guys like? Nickel beers at the Wildcat House,
that.
Patrick. I hear ya. Peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
good.
That was a binge for Taylor. Ooh, this one's good though. Or Linda, I think so. Instant oatmeal or granola bars.
Ooh, yummy.
That's like really when on a run to morning class, I think you're good.
Jackie's with me on the happy hour food.
I was so
Yes.
I mean, just like no like idea about calories or stuff in college. I thought that I was making a healthy choice by eating, remember those power bars?
Oh, yeah.
Chocolate power bar and then orange juice. Come to find out, it was like a bazillion calories that I was consuming as I'm trying to be healthy.
But
So
they
my
sell
husband
those
used to, because I think there was a big story about that maybe a couple years ago, because they finally were in a lot of trouble, some of these companies that were making those bars.
Right.
Because when we put them side by side, they figured out it was essentially you could have a Snickers.
Yes,
'cause it's
yes.
got a lot of sugar in
and that's
it. Yeah.
exactly what I was eating every
I'm
single
like, I
morning
would
on
rather
way to
take the
class.
Snickers any day of the week. It
Right.
really tasted better.
Agreed.
I know, because my husband used to love those. He would buy them at Costco, and I'm like, no, it's,
Yeah.
it's almost like having a Snickers.
They are really good though.
Better off having that. I know.
Agreed.
It is crazy, all the crazy food that you eat, though, in college, because there is nobody telling you can't for
Yes.
the first time in your life, so it is pretty shocking.
Yeah, and boy, it did not bode well for me.
No, me neither.
We have a lot of ramen noodle eaters on our feed this morning.
You guys
Rachel,
like the
you are
ramen.
not alone.
The ramen party.
So my question is, are you still able to eat it on occasion, or does it gross you out like it did me? Like my whole system shut down. It was like, you should not be eating this ever again. It just did not like me. It was not
I
happy.
randomly craved ramen my last pregnancy, which Sometimes I think that cravings are totally fake, but it was delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
So,
I would used to put butter in it too.
I don't know.
Because sometimes I would not have it with the soup. Sometimes you'd have it more just like the noodle,
noodle,
base.
yeah.
And then I would put butter in it, and then we would mix it all up with the seasoning. Oh my gosh, I know. And you wonder why.
so they
Where's this weight coming from?
They have instant gluten-free ramen now. I haven't tried it yet, but I wonder if that would make you sick. And some of it's organic. So I'm
gonna look
I
into
mean,
it.
I feel like it's just rice noodles and
I do
some
like
seasoning.
the texture.
Not
And I
as
think
bad.
it was the high sodium. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's so much sodium in that powder.
Probably doesn't taste as good. But maybe, maybe you'll be able to tolerate
I'll
it
have
better.
to add my butter in to help out with the
Oh my
taste.
God. Butter.
Compensate for the healthiness.
That is so wild.
Oh my God, so awful. You guys are pretty good on the binges. I mean, a lot of oatmeal people, I don't even know if that's a junk food. I feel like
M&Ms,
That's healthy.
frozen burritos, free appetizers at cocktail hour. That's like you with your
Oh, yes.
the Starbucks
Crackers.
coffee cakes, Alexander. I hate Starbucks, but there was one in Fletcher Library at ASU West, so they were a convenient breakfast. Those sound good.
Sounds yummy.
so
I know.
funny.
Dana likes her Domino's pizza and Miller Lite. That's a balanced diet.
You go, girl.
I'm glad you guys all like the ramen and frozen burritos. I know. I would still eat some of those at my first job, I think. Just zap them. Because you get them from the fridge. You know, in the break room, they have those frozen burritos sometimes. Ugh, so gross.
What's the one food that you got like is your guilty pleasure? Would it be nachos?
I love chips and salsa. Just
That's not terrible.
can't stop.
No.
It's
What's
not great.
yours?
Mine is definitely like, so whenever we fly and we get to the airport, I always get, my husband and I, we share a Twix.
Oh, that's cute.
Share a Twix.
Are you a left or a right?
We're like, whoever opens it first and breaks it. So that's our
Okay.
little treat when we fly, is we get like a candy bar.
That's really
What
cute.
about you, Crystal?
Anything sweet, sweets, but good sweets. Like I won't go for the candy bars.
Then what would you go for?
It would have to be like good chocolate or like not just any cupcake, but like maybe like the nothing bundt cakes or like very
yeah.
very particular with my ice cream and my sweets and stuff.
I like the cheap.
I tried that ice cream shop you recommended in Gilbert, by the way.
Handles?
Oh, handles!
Yeah.
That one is my
Speaking
guilty
of
ice cream pleasure.
It was
That and gelato.
Have you had the Graham Central Station from
That
from Handles?
No, so I've seen that up there. I need to try that next time. After you told me about that, because the problem is when you find a flavor or something you like, I'm
Right.
so
I know,
bad
you
at
get the same on it.
experimenting.
Because then you crave it though when you go back.
I always go for the turtle or the chocolate with pecan.
Was it crowded when you went?
No, I went at the most random time. There were like 2 people in there.
What?
Because
That's a
we
rarity.
tried to go numerous times, and the line is out the door,
Yeah.
and we're like,
Oh my
forget it. We
gosh.
drive by. So yeah, this one time there was nobody, and the kids were asleep, and I was like, all right, let's get some ice cream. Surprise everybody.
I mean, that originated in Ohio, where my parents grew
Yeah.
up. And when we would go there, we would have to have that ice cream at least once. And I remember going in a blizzard, because we were visiting at that time, and we had to have that ice cream. And there was people in line
Still
for that.
in line in the blizzard. That's hardcore.
Yeah, it's so good.
I'm from Encinitas, and they in California. They randomly opened one up there. and
Really?
I thought that was where it originated, but I guess not, because I never heard of it. And it's out on the corner of
Yeah.
the beach that I like. The beach that we all grew up. And it was weird that an ice cream shop went in there. And so like everyone in Encinitas was talking about Handles.
Yeah.
And it's so popular. Then they opened one up here and I was like, well, what the? it's following me.
yeah.
For good reason.
They're smart.
Graham Central Station.
They know where to make their money.
That's right. All right, everyone. Happy Friday. Lots of
Are
food
we
talk.
done?
Thanks for taking part.
That's it.
Yeah.
Great.
Happy Friday. Lazy Mom Day.
Have a great weekend. Get some ice cream.
Take a nap.
Take a nap is right.
I'm gonna eat some ice cream and take a nap.